What's going on, all of you fantastic freelancers? My name is William, and today we're going to be going over a question I get asked fairly often about one of Anthem's features, as it will be targeted by Anthem skeptics and critics when it releases in February. As many of you know, Anthem will not be featuring a text chat option on any of its platforms at launch. But why the game doesn't feature a text chat makes sense, although the reason does kind of suck. This is yet another video where my legal jargon and education comes in handy, so you already know I'm pretty excited. An almost universal social feature for most online games, especially on PC, is of course text chat, with a few games recently catching a lot of flack for not having said feature. There's a general thesis in communications that the more avenues that you have to be able to, well, communicate with others is a worthwhile investment in the long run. Despite text chat being predominantly a feature desired by PC players, they also have their uses on massively multiplayer online games on consoles. But as I stated before in a previous video, it is rather annoying to mash your controller for about a minute to type out that sentence. However, it's kind of invaluable on PC. And while many players are content with using Anthem's in-game voice chat feature, or failing that, using something like Discord, Xbox, or PlayStation parties as a viable alternative. But what about those who don't have a microphone, or would rather just listen to the party but still communicate in some manner via text? Now, the argument could be made that you could send messages within your console parties or message your group on Discord. But what if you aren't in a party, or playing with randoms you don't share a Discord server with? Seems to be where an in-game chat feature would be most beneficial, no? Well, yes, but it's not like the developers said screw it to the text chat feature. Essentially, thanks to new disability laws in America, implementing a text chat system in games has become slightly more difficult. According to Brendan Holmes, Anthem's technical design director on the subject of the feature on Reddit, quote, "The main challenge is that there are a bunch of additional accessibility options that we are required to implement. This increases the cost of these sort of features. These new requirements are laid out in the United States 21st Century Communications and Video Accessibility Act, or CVAA. Essentially, back in 2010, President Barack Obama signed the CVAA into law, which updated federal communication laws to increase those who are disabled access to various communication methods. Under Title I of the CVAA, Bullet 1, it requires, quote, requires advanced communication services and products to be accessible by people with disabilities. Advanced communication services are defined as 1. Interconnected Voice over Internet Protocol, also known as VoIP, service. 2. Non-interconnected VoIP service. 3. Electronic messaging service. And 4. Interoperable video conferencing service. This includes, for example, text messaging, email, instant messaging, and video communications. Basically, you can't just have a text chat in games anymore. Developers now have to accommodate for those who have disabilities by allowing text chat to have both talk-to-text and text-to-speech. Brendan Holmes later adds on Reddit, "This sort of thing unfortunately complicates what might normally be an easier feature. Right now, we're still trying to figure out what is feasible to do." While yes, obviously I am all for helping and enabling as many means to those who are disabled to enjoy gaming. One of my good buddies is a disabled gamer himself, but this does make things rather difficult, especially as I don't think it's been done in a video game before. However, I could be wrong. They would also have to figure out how to make it seamlessly fit into the game, and by now you all get the point. It's obviously more difficult to implement a simple text chat system now more than ever. This time last year, the FCC did push back when CVAA would take effect on the video game industry, but stated any games released past December 31st, 2018 that wanted to feature text chat would also have to implement means for text-to-speech and talk-to-text. And with Anthem releasing in February of 2019, yeah, it definitely falls into CVAA's guidelines. However, my friends, there is always hope. While Anthem may not launch with the text-to-chat feature, that doesn't mean it never will. As Ben Irving said on Twitter, "The future is vast and filled with many possibilities. I fully believe that Anthem will one day have text chat, be cross-platform and cross-save accessible, as well as a variety of features it won't launch with. And I'm definitely in it for the long haul to see those features implemented." Before I start winding down the video, I just wanted to ask you all a favor. In just under 3 weeks, the channel has managed to double in size, which is absolutely incredible, and I am forever humbled by you all. My goal before 2019, however, is to reach 5,000 subscribers, and seeing as the vast majority of my views and watch time comes from unsubscribed freelancers, I definitely think that we can accomplish this goal. So if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to click that button. I've got some amazing things planned for 2019 that you don't want to miss out on, and I'd love to have you all along for the ride. But what are your thoughts on Anthem's text chat dilemma? What do you all typically use text chat for, if anything at all? RP, strategizing, communicating, you name it. Let me know in the comments section below, as I really do read through all your messages and they really do make my day. And from the last video, Neil, I'm all for not looking like a hobo just so I can be effective in combat early on too. Glad we're on the same page. A monumental thank you as ever to my incredible patrons for their generous donations and support. Your support helps me out more than you can imagine and helps me bring to life so many community projects and plans for the community at large. I hope all of you fantastic freelancers have a phenomenal day as ever, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video very soon. Onwards and upwards, freelancers. Excelsior.